guys, this is Brittany from Imagine This, a music and art studio for both kids and adults, and today we are going over Art 1's lesson, and we are creating monsters out of our own names, which sounds really intimidating, but I promise it's super easy and super fun, and we just decided to take a little break and have some fun today. So we are going to go over the supplies. First, you'll need some paper. We are using watercolor, but you can use cardstock or regular paper. We just use watercolor or cardstock because it's stiffer, which means it keeps its shape better. And then any of the mediums that you like, we have markers, crayons, and colored pencils, but if you want paint or any other medium, you're free to use that as well. It's up to your creativity. And then we have a pair of scissors and a pencil. So before we begin, I just want to say there are no mistakes, only happy accidents, as our good friend Bob Ross said, so do not worry. And of course, everybody's name's different, so yours is not going to look the exact same as mine. So let's get started. So first things first, we are going to grab our piece of paper and we're going to fold it hot dog style. Now hot dog style just means you're going to fold it the long way. I want to make sure that those edges are nice and even all the way down. If it's not, that's okay. Sometimes folding paper can be really, really hard. Alright, once I have that nice edge right here, this part's very important. So what I want you to do, in very big letters, writing across the bottom crease right here, I want you to write your name as big as you possibly can, going as far as you can across the paper. So my name's Brittany, so I'm going to write it as big as I can across the bottom crease of the paper. If you have a small name, just make the letters bigger. If you have a really long name, you can make them tighter together. So there's my name really big, and I'm going to repeat this again, and it's going to sound annoying, but you need to write it across the bottom crease right here where it folds. Now what I'm going to do is to create our shape, I'm going to take my scissors and then cut out around my letters over here. And make sure it is on the bottom crease. I'm just going to follow my name, cutting around it. Maybe I want to go into the Y, emphasize that right there. Go a little this way, then go down into the N. Maybe you'll go down in between the I and the R. Just creating all sorts of funky shapes, but make sure you do not cut through the bottom crease. That part is important to our project. Maybe I'll cut down a little bit in between the R and the B. Okay, and once I have my name all cut out, it creates a really cool shape. Now, what kind of shape is this? It probably doesn't have a name, because I've never seen a shape like this before. I could call it Brittany, because that's what my name is. But this is what we like to call an organic shape. Organic shapes are very loose shapes that don't necessarily have a name, so like a blob of paint on the table. You can call it a blob of paint, but it's not a specific shape. It's not like a square or a circle. You can use those to make these shapes, but it's not a specific shape. So we call this inorganic. So we have this shape right here. I'm going to look at the inorganic shape and see what I can make. We can make a butterfly, or maybe I can flip it over and make a beetle on this side, or maybe just some kind of alien or monster. There could be some really cool gills up here. I don't know, it should be really cool. So let's go ahead and see what we can make. So far, and I just want you to come up with your very own. Again, you can't copy mine because we have different names, but I want you to come up with your own kind of creature. I'm just going to keep going on this real quick, and then I will start adding some coloring. Alright, so now I have my creature all created. 4 eyes, some sort of poncho, I'm not even quite sure, and then Mick Jagger pants. Anyway, so now I get to color this, and I can use any medium I want. I can use markers, crayons, color pencils, or anything you have around the house. And so let's do that really quick. finishing up drawing now, and I'm going a little quicker, but I want you to take your time with this drawing and maybe even come up with a name and where this monster lives. Do they live in space? Do they live in the swamps? Or are they more of a city type of monster? Do they like living in the sewers, or do they live in an apartment? All right, here is my little guy. He's got 4 eyes, some sort of cloak, and those really cool pants. So I can't wait to see what you make with your very own name in inorganic shapes. Please post pictures or send them to us. We'd love to see them. Have a good day.
I want you to name your monster.
Oh, okay.
Tell me about him.
This is Marvin. His name is Marvin, and he's from San Francisco. He lives in a little cave. He enjoys cable.